All right. This is an email from Shelly. If you have questions, send them to questions@askjoedimatteo.com. Shelly wanted to know, what nutrients do antidepressants take from our bodies, specifically SSRIs, SNRIs, antipsychotics, etc.? Thank you so much, Shelly. Joyce,
So
you know this stuff.
I tell you, when I was reviewing all this, it really surprised me that how many things are depleted because of these drugs.
Really?
Sure.
It did. I mean, a lot more than what I thought. So, and I'm just going to review this. This is a pretty long list of things, but like CoQ10, and almost all these are from SSRIs.
Okay.
Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, all the typical Zoloft, all those type of drugs. So like CoQ10 is depleted because of SSRIs and antipsychotics. Magnesium, SSRIs, and stimulants. So anybody's on Adderall gets depleted or Ritalin or Concerta or anything like that. It depletes magnesium. Melatonin, that helps with sleep.
Yeah.
If you're on an SSRI, benzos, and antipsychotics, it depletes melatonin, which you would think that would be the opposite because SSRIs recirculate serotonin, which then breaks down to melatonin. So to me, that was a surprise.
Wow.
Down the chain of biochemical reactions.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise. Niacin, which helps with your vessel health, is depleted by antidepressants. B6, which is depleted by antidepressants, benzodiazepine like Valium, et cetera, Xanax. And those drugs, because they deplete B2 also, in addition to B6. B12 and folate, SSRIs, benzos, antipsychotics like Seroquel, Abilify, anticonvulsants. Glutathione is depleted by SSRIs. Vitamin D is depleted by SSRI.
Wow.
Benzos and antipsychotics. And the last one basically is vitamin C is depleted by antidepressants, stimulants like Adderall, antipsychotics. So basically, if you're on any of these drugs, especially SSRIs, you need to be on CoQ10, magnesium, melatonin, B2, B3, which is niacin and riboflavin, B6, B12 and folate, glutathione, vitamin D, and vitamin C.
Wow.
They deplete all those things.
So a multivitamin like our daily essentials is going to cover some of that.
Some of the Bs.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little bit of the D.
Man, oh man, that's
a little bit of magnesium.
That's quite the list.
Yes.
I had no idea. Okay.
It is tough too. And this is not to contradict per se anything that Joyce was saying. It just seems as though, so you look at a lot of the conditions that are obviously being treated with these medications, whether it's, panic disorders, generalized anxiety, depression, all this kind of stuff. Who knows if some of these deficiencies and, maybe to what extent they're actually deficiencies, minor, moderate, when they're being tested, all this kind of stuff. Are they a reflection of the different disease states?
Right.
Or status that the issues that they're having? And then of course they're on one or two or three of these medications because there's obviously
more than one issue.
Yes. And there's comorbidities. And then sometimes you're on an SSRI and then you're on a benzo for breakthrough sort of situations, or you're on, an antidepressant during the day and then you're on something different for sleep. Is it the actual conditions that are also contributing to this? Is it the combination of all those medications that are leading to it? And then there's obviously medications that are just more or less likely to cause them.
Right.
And so then what we see with these, in these databases is it's hard to parse out.
There's so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's all, it's a possibility with many of these, but it's like, there aren't great nutrient tests that you can then go run with people to say for sure it's, oh man, it's definitely your sertraline that's causing this, or are you really deficient, or is this, it's just
we
very...
We didn't test you before you started taking it.
Right.
So
who knows?
Exactly.
But we have like a NutriVal test that Genova does that can test a lot of these things right here that we just talked about.
Yeah.
To see if they are deficient. And it's a red blood cell analysis. So it's like a cellular analysis, not just, okay, you just have this whatever in the, in your bloodstream. So that's a lot of people really like that test because that really makes them feel like now they're getting to the root cause of what the deficiency is, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good point. There are many, man, we could probably break this down into 4 sub conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it is interesting, to see that there are medications that you need to treat what you have going on, but the potential to for these sort of underlying subclinical deficiencies. Potentially, it's a little, it can be additionally anxiety inducing for people.
Everything's a trade-off too. I mean, if you need an antidepressant because you are having suicidal thoughts or ideations or something like that, you need that. But if it's going to somehow pull things one direction or another in some other areas, what's the worth? What's it worth? Is it worth the trade-off? Yeah, probably in that case. Yeah. But we got to figure that out and try to help folks.
Yeah. And a lot of these neurotransmitters that make GABA, that make, serotonin or the stimulatory side, they need the B's.
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to do one thing, I think, to help their mental health is to do like a coenzyme B complete that we have, because it has all those things in them. And they're methylated forms of those too, so they're better absorbed also.
Very cool.
Yeah, good point.
That's excellent.